Well, I hear you've been looking for a breakfast, but not just a standard one, but something special, something custom. Well, have no fear. You gorgeous, magnificent specimen that is you. I've got you covered. You'll be using this crease on the wrist. Mark it down, tape it up, whatever you like, whatever suits your fancy. Bend it, admire it, make sure you know it's there. It's the topmost one in relation to your palm. We'll be using this spot here in the scaphoid, this little bean looking bone right here, in relation to the wrist to do our measurements. And you need a pen, paper, and a ruler, of course. Basically the minimum requirement. Maybe a little helper. And you'll be marking down the width of your wrist from here and here. And also the width of your fingers, here and here. And also the points of your fingertips. You can use the ruler as a helper for the marking on your wrist. And here, make sure your wrist is straight, mine's not, so you mark the sides of your wrist. And keep your fingertips tight. I'm kind of screwing that bit up here. And also make sure you know where your thumb is. So you mark down all the fingertips. Not doing a great job here. And you mark down the sides of your fingers. All without moving your hand. So once you put your hand down, make sure you've got it covered. I did a bit of an adjustment here. Make it better. And from here, you will be doing the actual measurements. So what you will be doing is marking down the width of the wrist. You will be marking down the halfway point of the wrist and then the halfway point of the halfway point from the thumb side of the hand or the wrist. As you can see me here marking down the thumb side because I've messed it up before because I forgot what I was doing. So mark down the width of your wrist, then divide it by 2 and then divide that measurement by 2 again to get the approximate position of the scaphoid. Or if you're really good, maybe you can figure out a custom measurement, but this is my sort of run-of-the-mill standard approximation to use for every user. Unless if your hand is very small, then I would recommend doing this next bit slightly differently in the next part. So from here, from the halfway point of the halfway point, you measure exactly 15 millimeters upwards or 1.5 centimeters. Or if your hand is really small, then perhaps just 1 centimeter or 10 millimeters. And directly upwards as shown here. Then you will be measuring the sides of your fingers when they end right next to each other, kept tight, preferably. You might need to use these guidelines to make sure you get the more accurate measurement. Mark it down. Be decisive. Be beautiful. Now I was pointing out here the point where you measure the tips from and mark them down. Makes it easier for you. Pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index finger. So you know what you're doing. You don't get messed up. There, lovely. And from here, you do the measurements to the point of origin from the scaphoid approximation, which is the tip of the 15 millimeter line. there we go. First one done. Then the ring finger. Put a ring on it. Be as precise as you can be. If you can. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, preferably be precise. And if you've done this correctly and you do not have massive differences between the anatomy of each of your hand, they shouldn't be very crazy amounts different from a part of each other. But you will need to measure both hands for this to work. So left and right. And here's a visualization of what it looks like. In relation to the approximation point of origin for the measurements. Beautiful. Look at that marksmanship. Absolutely stunning. And remember, mark down both of your hands and you're good. One point of tip is use a desk or something to do this. That will make it easier. And remember to press and straighten out your fingers. It'll be better. Trust me. Okay, see you on the flip side. Whoever you are, I wish you the best. Ta-ta. See you later. Breakfast gator. Whatever. You never heard that. Bye.